Good afternoon, good morning, everyone. I think being at 12:03, our West Coast friends are still before lunch and our East Coast friends are after lunch. So there you go. I think that covers it. Welcome to the September 2025 Town Hall. And I am so glad to see so many people participating today. I know you're all excited to hear about all the updates to the website and social media. But first, I want to just kind of touch base on the blog post that I did last week. Tiffany Bukowski, who has been with us since the beginning of our journey with Engage. This is her last week. We are sad to see her leave because, she's been a great team member, but she has gotten another opportunity. And, when opportunity knocks, you got to decide, is this something I want to do or something I don't want to do? And she's decided this is something she wants to do. So we do wish her all of the best. And that then gave Carol Wilhite a chance to step into the role of executive director. So I'm going to turn it over to Carol right now to let her tell us a little bit about herself. Just to remember, this town hall is being recorded. The recording will be posted to our YouTube channel within 2 business days. Everyone is on mute. Please put any questions that you have into the chat box. We won't necessarily be answering those today, but we will use them as a tool for frequently asked questions to follow up with our website master to make sure those issues get addressed and we can answer everybody's questions all at once during the official launch. So Carol, I'm going to hand it over to you.
Well, hello, everyone. Nice to meet you all. I'm Carol Wilhite. I am coming to you from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I guess we're Midwest and East at the same time. I've been working in association management for about 12 years, and I look forward to working with you folks. We're excited about the new initiative, the large initiative, both from a Member 365 standpoint, as well as the new website, and we're excited to share it with you today. Some preliminary things and a little showcase for some of our folks here. I recently worked on this with another client, so you're in good hands with us making this transition. So I turn it back over to you, Lisa or Tiffany.
Tiffany is going to go ahead and start sharing information on the new site.
Let me just try to share my screen here so I can show you what we call Member 365. Can you all see my screen right now?
There we go. Yes.
There we go. You can see that. So if you ever hear us refer to Member 365, this is the back end of what your new member hub is going to look like. So this is what we've been spending our time getting all up to date and prepared. So when you first log into Member 365, this is going to be your dashboard. So it probably looks a little bit different than what you're used to in YM, but the board of directors has been in here since the end of July, and they've had really great insight and opportunities to share how to make this Member 365 dashboard better as our member hub. And from what I've heard from their feedback, it's a way easier system to navigate than what you're used to in YM. So we're happy to hear that. So this is your dashboard. When you log in, you'll have access to workspaces. So think of workspaces as your place to go to look at your region information and all the files within your regional areas, as well as any committees or task forces that you're added into. So as your membership is uploaded into this new Member 365 dashboard, whatever your connections are to various task forces, committees, and regions will end up showing up here in your bookmark spaces. So if I click on committees right now, I'm connected to these committees as the current executive director. So the board of directors, your executive committee, and the finance committee. So that's a really great one-stop shop where you can click on your workspaces to see what you have access to, as well as the committees tab. So pretty easy to navigate. And then there will be 2 places going forward where you're going to find your events and information. So all of the education webinars that you might want to sign up for, all of the task force meetings will be built into this system. So if you click this events tab and events calendar, it will show you all of the upcoming events. Now, obviously, we don't have anything built in Member 365 yet. We'll be transferring that information from your membership into Member 365. But this will be one place where you can go and see when the various task force meetings are or the educational offerings. You'll also be able to see a box here. So for today's town hall, there would be the town hall listed here. And you'll click on it and you can register for any of the activities or events within this events calendar. Once you do that, it will show up on your My Event registration page. So you'll be able to log into your event registration page. Let me try to click on that again. And it could be because my internet's super slow. We have a power. Oh, there we go. So I haven't registered for any events within Member 365, but if I had, they would all show up right here. It'd show me everything that I've ever registered for on the upcoming events. There's a history tab or anything that I've withdrawn myself from. So that's really nice. There will still be an events calendar that will be the front-facing part of the insurance professionals website eventually. But when you log into the Member Hub, you'll have access to it here as well. I'm not going to click on the Files tab just because we do have some Board of Directors and EC meeting materials that would pop up on my screen. But any of the files that you'll have access to will be under this Files tab. So it's really easy to navigate. You'll also have this tab up top to the website that'll take you to the front end of the website. And again, really easy to navigate. So I am going to pass it off to Dante to show you the work that's been accomplished on the front-facing side of the website, which is not something that the public can see yet, but we did want to give you a sneak peek. And if there's any questions about Member 365 at the end, we can circle back to that. So I'll stop sharing my screen and pass it over to Dante.
Thanks, Tiffany. Let's try to turn my camera on. Here we go. Hey, everybody. So let me share my screen. Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Yes.
So this is the new front page of the website. We really want to lean into using the brand colors and give it a more simple, refreshed look. Just scroll down. Like to use some of the greens just to give some contrast so it's easier on the eyes, easier to navigate, simpler graphics. And then another page, just the board of directors. We want to make that more simplified, make the photos bigger, and it's just smoother on the eyes and just easier to navigate for all the members. And so next steps now, me and Carol, we're going to send out an email for an audit of all the pages. So we can go through what pages you do want to keep and what you don't want to keep. And then once we get that done, then that's when I'll go in and finish designing the website and then hopefully get this live sooner rather than later. And I'll stop my screen and I'll hand it off to Ben.
What's up? I am Ben. I am the marketing manager at Team Engage, and I am here, excuse me, to talk to you all a little about social media. The people that know me know that social media is a topic that I love to talk about. I always, hop on a call and talk somebody's ear off about it. But that's my background. That's what I do. That's what I love. So, more than likely, you guys have seen either this promotion of the town hall online or through emails. So like you are all familiar with some sort of social media. And you may have heard a lot of people talking about an algorithm or, different platforms have different algorithms and how that works. And it's a buzzword that a lot of people like to use, but I don't know if you've ever actually had it explained to you what it means and how that affects how you are online and social media. So basically an algorithm is, in the social media sense, is just um the platform taking the data that you give it to show you more content that is relevant to you, things that you like to see. And an important thing to note with these social media companies is that they are companies, and at the end of the day, their goal is to, one, get you to stay on the platform as long as possible, and two, show you as many things that to buy as possible, so they get money from ads, of course. And the longer you stay on the platform, the longer and more ads that they can push to you, the more things that they can be sold to you. At the end of the day, that's what it really all boils down to. And so the algorithm, its job is to take all these data points that you may not even realize that you are giving it. Take those data points like how long you're scrolling, how long you pause your scroll to look at a post, the things that you tap on to read more about, the things that you like, the things that you comment on, all these different data points. Um, it gets very in-depth. I remember reading a article about a person who through social media found out that they were experiencing depression, right? The algorithm was showing them more sugary snacks because it found out that they were on their phone scrolling later than normal, at night and bedtime. So they were scrolling hours past their bedtime. It was daylight saving time, so there was less light outside, and it was all these different data points that it was taking in that you didn't even realize that you were giving it. And it was promoting so like junk food, so like ice cream, these snacks, like feel good things, because the algorithm before them realized that they were depressed, they were exhibiting depression symptoms. And so these are just like some of the things that you may not even realize that you are giving to these companies is data. Data is king, and they use that data to in turn get you to stay on the site more. So whether it's like one or two extra scrolls, one more post to look at or read, so like that. And that is basically what the algorithm is. It is it's learning about you. It's a tool that is learning about you that never forgets. So, people have been on social media for what, years now, and from day one to current, all that information that it has on you has been remembered, it has been used, has been fed into the algorithm to keep you on the platform longer, to show you things that you want to see or show you things that'll react. You may have people online that you're friends with who every time you see a post, that blood pressure just goes up, and it's just like really irks you, right? Like everything you say, like, this man is idiotic. Why do I keep following him? But time after time, their post is the first one on the top of your feed when you open the app, because it's things like that. They know that you will read this post, and you will comment, I disagree with this, I agree with this, whatever opinion it is that you have. It knows that when it shows you this post, there will be some kind of reaction. You will stay on this app, you will read this, you will do all the things. So it goes hand in hand with this information that you're feeding the app to make you stay on it. And let's see, that algorithm, that's on like the one end from just a person viewing on social media and how to do it. But on the other end, the algorithm works with pushing out content. So people who create content, it works on pushing out content to people that think it will like it. So from IAIP's standpoint, say when a post is made, it will show that post generally to people who, it doesn't show it to all your followers first. It only shows it to maybe a couple of followers, let's say 10 followers, and a couple of people who they think might find it interesting, right? And then from that testing pool, it would show it to sometimes, a larger one. So let's say the first pool that it shows it to is 10 people, 7 people liked it or interacted or did something. And then so it'll tell the algorithm, realize, okay, some more people like this. So the next wave, it'll show it to maybe 50 people. It's the same post. And so it was like incrementally increasing the amount of people that it shows this to, because it's from each little data pool, it'll show how interested people are with this piece of content. And so that's kind of like the life of a post. You make it, it shows it to a couple of people, then it shows it to a few more people, and then it shows it to more people. And based on how interesting each data pool shows in this post, you know, the more it gets promoted. And that kind of, it is not saying it's a hack, but by showing interest in these posts is a way to let the algorithm know that this content is interesting. So as members of this organization, that is a way that you can support the organization, getting the word out, because word of mouth is great, you know, but you can only talk to so many people face to face, whereas social media is that employee or that friend that works 24/7. You know, someone's always online around the world, so it could do the job online that you may not be able to do in person, you know, after hours. So ways that you can promote the content or promote IAIP is by going to the page. First off, making sure you're following the pages. So the LinkedIn page, the Facebook page, Brenda would come on later and provide links to that. But showing and just telling your algorithm and that this is content that you like to see, so it'll push it out to more people. So that's liking the post, you know, taking a second to comment on it. And it doesn't have to be a full in-depth thesis. It's more of just like, you know, this is very interesting. I thought this, XYZ, you know, take a minute out of your day, maybe 30 seconds out of your little scroll for a little like, a comment, a share. It doesn't take much, but and that is just a way to let the algorithm know that this is valuable content. People like to see this content. And it will help boost the, you know, the outreach work that you guys are already doing through word of mouth or through like your coworkers and everything. And yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it as far as like the algorithm goes. It's a lot, you know, people spend, you know, years, entire education and college educations on figuring out how to, you know, get people to click things, get people to look at things that they want to look at. But that's really breaking it down in a nutshell is the more people that get to look at it, the more it'll show it to people. And so a way that you can help and aid in that is by taking the time to organically reach out to the content and boosting it yourself through a like, a comment, a share. It doesn't take much time.
Thanks, Ben, for all of that information. Now we know why we buy what we buy and what things pop up on our screens. It's all based on numbers. So with that background, we're gonna send it over to Brenda, and she's done a little experiment for us today.
Yeah, and just picking up on what Ben said, let me just show you some of the algorithm results from my LinkedIn page from where I've shared in insurance professionals posts. Each one of these impressions is where someone else looked at what I'd shared, maybe read that article. So you can see that if each one of us share that LinkedIn, some of our other connections are going to be reading it and learning more about the association as well. That was just something that I pulled off of my LinkedIn page yesterday. But so how do you get started on this? Does everyone know where the insurance professional website is? To get to it off of their Facebook page. If you go into your regular Facebook page, you can, in fact, I'll show you right here real quick. I'll go back to my personal one. Come in. There we go. That doesn't want to change over. But if you go down here on the insurance professionals page and you can click on following, make sure that you are following it. And if you want to get notifications of when there's a new post, normally this will be what your default is set. You'll see posts that are higher in your feed. But if you want to get notifications on a regular basis, then you can check this one and you just say update. And that way you can see what you're getting. You can get notifications when there's a new post for the Facebook page. Also, come down here to the 3 dots. You want to help promote the insurance professionals? Invite your friends to look at the page, to follow. You can invite friends as well. And now we're going to go over here to our LinkedIn page. And here's our LinkedIn page. And I've posted the links for the LinkedIn, the blog, the Facebook page, and our YouTube page in the chat earlier. But down here, you want to follow this as well. And if you go down here, let me scroll back up just a little bit there. There you go. When you're following, you can also choose if you want to, again, invite friends. You can invite your friends to see it. You can share this. These three dots up here, you can invite connections, people you're connected with on the LinkedIn page. If you would like them to share something with them, invite them to look at this page, you can do that. Down here, to share, you're going to click on repost. That's one of the ways you can do it. And you can repost with your thoughts or comments. Or you can go over here and send, and it will give you where you can click on some of your connections. Or down here, you can copy the link to send to someone via an email or another way. And this is what we have right now that is out there. And I want to say we've had some really good traffic on it. It's a question that we've posed both on LinkedIn and on our Facebook page. How long have you been in the insurance industry? And we hope all of you will comment or like, because as Ben said, every time someone comments or likes one of the posts, you may see it in your feed again. It will keep that post out there. It will keep it in front of people. And so that's very important to do. But if you want to share, I think everybody knows how to, how to share Facebook post, but there you go. You can share it. You can add a comment. Adding a comment might make it more engaging, especially if you're sharing it with a group of friends. And then our last social media page that we have very quickly is, oops, got to come down here. We have our YouTube. Let me get on that one. Oh. We have our YouTube channel, which is hiding right now behind the sharing, and I can't get it to come up. So I'll go ahead rather than tie us up longer right now and stop sharing.
Great. Thank you, Brenda. Nice tips to go over, and hopefully you learned some new tricks about sharing. I did see some questions in the chat. One of the questions here for Dante would be on the front end of the website, it appears that the carousel or the initial photo takes up a lot of room. Was that intentional, or is that going to be made smaller? And what other things are we going to be able to put in that area?
Yeah, the size can be adjusted. The pictures that I was thinking of is more pictures of you all and some stock images just to have a face on the website. So it's not just all graphics. So when people go on your website, it's more they can relate to it, where you see a face to the actual company.
Personal. Great. When we definitely have a lot of pictures to choose from, thanks to Brenda. So we've got a nice stock. Let's see here. We talked about Dante being tech issues, and we might, is there a possibility with the website where we can do like a contact button or something like that, where it could maybe just go directly to you or something, or help or something like that? And that's something that we could probably talk to our webmaster about as well, I would think.
Yeah. If we can't, you could definitely contact me or Carol via email, and then we can solve any problems.
Yep, perfect. All right. So those are the things that I kind of noticed that we could answer today. Looks like everybody likes the look of the website. There's, short or clean and crisp and good use of the colors. The Member 365, yes, we will be, that is essentially your membership page. So when you click in and sign in and do member only things, that is where the Member 365 portion of the website comes in. So that's also exciting that it will be much easier to navigate, and we're looking forward to that. All right, Tiffany, do you have any final words of wisdom for us?
Well, I'm really excited to be watching you all from the background. It's been such a pleasure to work with you since December. I know you're in great hands with the current team that you have. Smart at what they're experts at what they do. And I wish the organization all the best. I'll be following you on Facebook and LinkedIn and all your social media accounts, and I'm sure I'll stay in touch with some of you that have my personal contact. So again, it's been a pleasure, and thank you so much for allowing me to be a part of your journey.
Okay. How about you, Carol? Any final thoughts?
Yes, well, thank you for including me on this. I certainly have a lot to learn of your profession. I did jump on and follow Brenda's instructions, so you'll see that you're more people, one, is following you than was about 10 minutes ago. So I've been scrolling through, I've been working with Dante on developing the website, learning a lot more about Member 365, and it's much more robust, much cleaner of a user experience. And I think you'll be thrilled at the interface. And I think you'll navigate this so much more easily and really gravitate towards the one-stop shop areas and your workspaces. So I think you'll be thrilled with the transition. There will be bumps in the road. I wanted to make sure that I point that out. I've done this a few times. There are bumps in the road, but it is a brighter day when we work together to get through the initial bumps in the road. It will be a great user experience.
Great. Okay, so next month is October, and our subject will be our partners and sponsors task force, and they will let us know what they're working on, how we can help them. And we are also looking at arranging one of our sponsors, Enterprise Mobility, to join us with that one as well, to give us information about Enterprise Mobility and what they offer, because it's more than just rental cars, and there's a lot of information there. So hopefully you can join us for that. That will be October 15th, again, the third Wednesday of the month. So watch your email and the calendar so that you can sign up for that. And we look forward to seeing you next month. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.